So they're really building a Zuckerbunker? Maybe you guys have wondered, how do these tech giants like Meta prepare for the apocalypse? Well, look no further than Mark Zuckerberg's jaw-dropping $100 million Hawaii compound, something that's completely shrouded in secrecy, but apparently boasting its own underground bunker and self-sustaining infrastructure. This extravagant estate rivals the cost of historical mansions like the Versailles or Hampton Court. It's also got headlines talking about how Zuckerberg has been doomsday prepping. What do you guys think? Is this a billionaire's eccentric retreat or a glimpse into the future of luxury living? Join me as we delve into the mind-blowing details of this exclusive property, including its astronomical price tag, unprecedented security measures, and really the surging trend of luxury bunkers. We'll even take a sneak peek at the real-life Cold War era bunker currently on the market. Yep, it's currently listed for sale, so definitely stick around until the end. To start with, Mark Zuckerberg being talked about in the news, specifically his supposed apocalypse-proof bunker in Hawaii. Check this out.
Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, and that's of course a company that's owned by Meta, has started to prepare for a doomsday. You heard that right. Mark Zuckerberg is building a doomsday sort of a place where he can in fact go into hiding in case there is doomsday that happens. The Facebook founder is creating a compound which features a doomsday bunker. He's creating this compound in Hawaii and not on mainland United States. The compound is located in the Hawaiian island of Kauai, and conservative estimates put the total price of the compound at a cool $100 million. That's not a small pocket change of money. He's investing $100 million for a doomsday bunker.
Most of us have heard about Epstein Island, billionaires doing all sorts of shady dealings on their own private island, but still, this news about Zuckerberg, an ultra-rich guy building a super secret, super exclusive residence with underground connected tunnels is definitely shady to say the least. Am I right, guys? But I know you guys want to know what's inside. I admit I do too. So why don't we check it out? For starters, they're calling it the Zuckerbunker, a sprawling $100 million Hawaii compound, complete with an underground bunker and its own food and energy sources in a secret project suggesting that the social media mogul is trying to conceal his doomsday preparations. Tech magazine Wired did a whole investigation of property records and hush-hush interviews with contractors for the place. So far, they've said that the Facebook founders complex called Kalau Ranch is already partially constructed and is shaping up to be one of the most expensive personal construction projects in modern history. Kind of ironic considering how Zuckerberg wants you to buy a virtual home in the metaverse, meanwhile he's building an actual one. Then again, when you're a billionaire like this guy, you may be privy to more information and probably know more about what's coming. At the very least, this should be a heads up to everyone else, I say. What do you guys think? Now imagine a sprawling estate on Kauai, not your average beach bungalow. We're talking over a dozen buildings, including 2 massive mansions connected by a secret underground tunnel. Need an escape plan? There's a 5,000 square foot bunker below ground, complete with a ladder leading to an escape hatch. Feeling paranoid? Relax, the bunker door is apparently blast resistant concrete and steel. But wait, there's more. Dotted around the property are guest houses for all of your friends. Or maybe security detail. Feeling adventurous? Well, they're gonna have 11 disc-shaped tree houses linked by rope bridges, perfect for swinging through the jungle canopy. Security is tight with digital locks and soundproofing on most doors. And if you're up for some reading, they've got a library that has a hidden blind door, just like in the movies. And if you're worried about being watched, well, let's just say that there are cameras everywhere according to reports. One building alone has over 20. Talk about high tech. So is this a billionaire's dream estate or James Bond villain's lair in the making? You decide. Forget island living, Mark Zuckerberg seems to be prepping for island surviving if you ask me. His Kauai estate, Kalau Ranch, has interesting features that go beyond a fancy pool and a lush landscaping. Sources and construction plans obtained by Wired suggest the place might be ready for anything, even the apocalypse. Think self-sufficiency. A massive water tank and pump system plus existing agriculture on the land could keep the entire family and probably their friends fed and hydrated. Security's tight too, with a 6-foot wall and non-disclosure agreements for all workers regardless of their role. Like I said, it's all very James Bond villain, if your villain enjoys organic kale and rainwater. Now, Zuckerberg's spokesperson insists it's just a family home. But let's be honest, guys, most family homes do not come with escape tunnels and blast-resistant bunker doors, right? And when asked, Meta did not immediately return a request for comment. Who needs Hollywood it when real estate news is this wild, right? If you love peeking behind the curtain of all the rich and famous, or if you're just curious about the craziest homes out there, then hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell. We've got tons more content coming your way, both in our next videos and in this one right here. All I ask is that you keep watching and lighting up the like button for us. Thank you guys so much. Now let's continue. Mark Zuckerberg's sprawling Kauai estate might scream luxury, but the locals aren't exactly cheering. Secrecy surrounding the project, coupled with aggressive legal maneuvers to acquire land, have painted a picture of a billionaire out of touch with the community. And he's not alone. From Bezos' Florida mansions to tech bunkers in New Zealand, wealthy outsiders are increasingly buying up idyllic real estate, often at the expense of local residents. Amazon's Jeff Bezos recently spent $147 million on mansions in Florida. Meanwhile, Oracle co-founder Larry Ellison owns a significant portion of Lanai. Recently installed OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has an arrangement with former PayPal CEO Peter Thiel, where the pair will take a jet to one of Thiel's New Zealand properties in case of an apocalyptic event. In his book, Survival of the Richest, media theorist Douglas Rushkoff, he describes meeting with a group of billionaire preppers who bombarded him with questions about how to configure their bunkers to survive the end times. Now, this isn't just a Hawaiian story. It's a microcosm of a global trend, the growing chasm between the ultra-wealthy and everyone else. As billionaires' fortunes balloon, they're increasingly using their wealth to carve out private paradises, often in pristine and ecologically sensitive locations. The consequences? Soaring land prices, displacement of local communities, and a growing sense of resentment. This influx of wealth isn't without consequences, though. As land becomes more desirable to wealthy mainlanders, its value skyrockets, forcing locals out. As one Kauai resident put it, the people who are actually born and raised there can't afford to live there. They call it a whole new economy that basically serves at the rich people's whims. There are real concerns about the environmental impact of these sprawling estates, with their water-guzzling landscaping and energy-intensive amenities. And then, of course, there's the question of access. When vast tracts of land fall into private hands, it can restrict public access to beaches, trails, and other natural areas. The story of Zuckerberg's Kauai estate is a cautionary tale. It highlights the complex issues surrounding the immense wealth concentrated into the hands of few. It's a story about the erosion of community, the exploitation of natural resources, and the widening gap between the haves and the have-nots. And it's a story that demands our attention because the choices we make today will shape the world we live in tomorrow. So the next time you see the headline about a billionaire's latest land acquisition, don't just roll your eyes and shrug at their extravagance. Take a moment to consider the bigger picture. What does this mean for the environment, for local communities, and for the future of our planet? Because ultimately, the choices of the ultra-wealthy have ripple effects that touch us all. Take a look at this one. A rare bunker with roots in the Cold War era has found its way into the real estate market, carrying an asking price of $1.2 million. Forget HGTV, picture this. A Cold War era nuclear missile silo transformed into a multi-million-dollar family home. Yep, you heard that right. A piece of history once safeguarding America's most fearsome weapons. It's now on the market for a cool $1.24 million. Tucked away in Sprague, Washington, this unique property dates back to 1959, a time when tensions between the US and the Soviet Union were at an all-time high. Remember the Cold War? That intense standoff that had everyone sweating about nuclear Armageddon? Yeah, this bunker was right there in the thick of it. But thankfully, those days are over. Now, this relic of a bygone era has shed its military skin and is now what you'd call an unconventional family home. Gone are the missiles and warheads, replaced with comfy couches, playful bedrooms, and even a pool table right in the middle of things. So if you're looking for a home with a truly unique pedigree and maybe a built-in fallout shelter just in case, this Cold War bunker might be your perfect match. Just be prepared to shell out a hefty sum and explain to your neighbors why your house looks like where they find hostages stashed in the movies. You know what I mean, right? The entrance from the outside, the property looks like a typical storage space. The property was converted into a family house in 1990. After being decommissioned in 1990, this place underwent a pretty interesting makeover to say the least. Now it's a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom property that's been there since the year 2000. When you look at it from the outside, it still has that typical bunker vibe, you know, metal exterior, kind of discreet and partially submerged. Now here's the quirky part. You get into the property through an unconventional entrance, the garage, which is cleverly blended with a wood workshop. Step inside and this massive garage area isn't just for parking your car. Nope, it's got plenty of storage space, a little kitchen, a bathroom, even a bedroom. But wait, there's more. Descend a short staircase and you'll discover a seriously impressive elevator that takes you to the lower level. It's like something straight out of a James Bond film. How cool is that? The underground tunnel that leads to another part of the house. The kitchen. Step into the heart of the bunker and you'll find a roomy kitchen ready to serve, decked out with a dining area, a ceiling fan, a fridge, an oven, and a dining table. And hey, there's more. A spacious living area where 3 sofas, a TV, and some lamps create a cozy vibe. The residence also comes with some extra perks for entertainment. There's a game room with a pool table and a dartboard for some extra fun, and a bedroom that takes privacy up a notch with its own ladders. Here's a living space. 1 of 3 bedrooms. The game room. 1 of 3 bathrooms. According to sources, the scarcity of such shelters has led to a significant spike in prices. Definitely something to follow up on in another video, wouldn't you guys say? In the meantime, drop your questions in the comments. Feel free to drop your requests for future content as well. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Y'all take care.